But people who live here in Temecula say they're used to seeing helicopters and planes from nearby Camp Pendleton, and they say what they saw was quiet, and one had the video to prove it.
A series of suspicious and unusual sightings of drones near the U.S. bases in Germany has put policymakers and military officials on the edge.
First on the East Coast, now mysterious objects are being spotted on the West Coast, Temecula to be specific, leaving residents buzzing.
Now similar sightings are being reported here in San Diego and across Southern California.
There is a bunch of red lights floating in the sky.
This video was taken by archaeologist Colin Rambo a couple weeks ago in Lemon Grove.
I was driving down the street, just right down the street from my house here, and I pulled my car over because I saw what looked like a fleet of glowing red orbs.
Unidentified drones have been sighted over sensitive industrial locations and the U.S. airbase at Ramstein in Germany in recent weeks. This as per the Spiegel News magazine report. The magazine has cited a confidential report by the German security authorities.
All right, the drones may be multiplying. There have been more reports of mysterious flying objects now from one coast to the other. What's going on?
This is what Brian Dirk saw over his Temecula backyard yesterday evening, but he's not the only one who saw it. There are multiple social media videos just like his from South Riverside County. And listen closely. Witnesses say whatever it was didn't make a sound.
There are drones all over the sky.
And this video was taken 3 nights ago in Temecula.
We eventually saw one really fairly close, and it was just about the size of a car. We were at some points right under them, and there was no noise at all.
Music artist and producer It's Nomad Music said these didn't seem like regular planes or helicopters.
They'll be going just straight one direction, and then all of a sudden they'll just zag and then keep going or turn around, or they just break really quick.
I looked up because it was coming now right over top of me, and it was quiet. It didn't make any noise.
Melinda Peters saw them last night too in Temecula, which is a mountain range away from Camp Pendleton. The Marine base sent a written statement that reads in part, "We are aware of the drones that are flying over Temecula. They are not associated and do not impact Camp Pendleton's training and operations."
Well, government reports reveal the U.S. military's most advanced fighter jets are dodging unmanned drones right over our Arizona desert.
And Arizona's family investigation found this happened dozens of times in a single year.
But even these drones are unable to reach the altitudes that Air Force pilots reported seeing drones over the Goldwater Range. And one of those drones was big. The pilot reported seeing a 5 to 10 foot wingspan. We found no reports that authorities on the range made any arrests or even spotted the drone operators. Officials from Luke Air Force Base and the Goldwater Range say they are not authorized to talk about what happened out here. And we're still waiting for some other records from a different Air Force department.
After investigation aired in February, we discovered more reports of this taking place. In fact, our nation's military leaders testified before Congress about the issue, saying they are alarmed at how often it is happening.
The number of incursions was something that was alarming to me as I took command last month. I don't know the actual number. I don't think anybody does, but it's in the thousands.
You know, why are the current drone detection and defeat systems that we currently have, why are they failing?
It's an area that we collectively have to continue to work on, not only here in defense here in the United States, but also at our forward locations where we have many of our service members deployed.
Good morning. It really is perplexing, and we're talking about so many states now. New Jersey here on the East Coast, Connecticut, and of course the sightings in California, and no one can say what these things are about.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Julia Thatcher.
And I'm Jeff Herndon. People in several states across the country are concerned about an increase in drone activity with no idea who is behind the controls.
The flying frenzy has reached Kansas as people in Butler and Sedgwick counties have reported seeing multiple drones almost every night. KSN's Derek Lytle spoke to a couple who say it is a problem above their home.
Yeah, Jeff, Julia, Nicholas Mirage says nightly his wife and him have spotted several drones of different sizes hovering around their Augusta home. They say they are now concerned about what business those flying the drones over their property have.
This is not happening just in New York. It's not happening just in New Jersey. That's been going on here.
Several drone sightings over Mulvane, now Augusta. Nicholas Barash says it's become a problem. He fears of the intentions of those flying the drones.
Invasion of privacy, worries about burglaries. We have seen drones like right outside the window.
His wife Rebecca says they are left with more questions than answers.
We don't know who they are or what they want or what they're doing or what business, they have.
Now, the Butler County Sheriff says he does not believe any type of national security threat has reached the state of Kansas.
Off the top, here at 10, there are additional drone sightings happening right here in our region.
Yes, a mystery that has leaders at the federal, state, and local levels demanding answers tonight.
Now, on your screen is video of drone video taken by a woman who was driving in Bowie on Monday. Now, the woman tells Fox 5 that she saw several drones in the air for about 20 minutes and spotted what appeared to be an aircraft following the drones. Now, a number of Bowie residents that we spoke with this evening say there is some concern, especially one man who woke up to a number of messages about these drones in his community. What went through your mind when you got on the Ring app and you saw your neighbors talking about drone sightings in Bowie?
I was kind of shocked, but wasn't too concerned. I know some people own drones, smaller ones.
I'm not surprised. I mean, drones have been in the motion for quite some time now. The question would be where they were coming from. It would be nice to know if we could determine that.
Now, at the moment, Bowie police say that they don't know who is operating these drones or why they are even in the air at night.
First New Jersey, now Temecula. Mysterious drones spotted in the sky, and now people who live in the area, as you can imagine, they want answers. We all do.
Yeah, so look at this. Brian Dirks saw this over his Temecula backyard Wednesday evening. Now, he's not the only one who saw this. There are multiple social media videos just like this from South Riverside County. Witnesses say whatever this was did not make a sound. A spokesperson for Camp Pendleton says they are aware of drones flying over Temecula, but they are not associated with Camp Pendleton's training and operations.
These are not U.S. military drones. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
But in Temecula, people we spoke with say they are certain they saw drones and just want to know if a business or a government agency or who else might be behind them.
You would think that they'd let people know so that, because like I said, it's become this big thing.
So you heard Camp Pendleton says those drones were not theirs. We also reached out to the Forest Service because the Cleveland National Forest is nearby. They say it wasn't them either. SoCal Edison does confirm they did fly drones yesterday, but they say that was near Menifee and Murrieta and not after dark, so you can rule them out as well. The one agency, though, we have not heard back from is the FAA.
Multiple aircrafts on high alert and some even maneuvering to avoid a reported unidentified flying object over the skies of Western Oregon.
You can't really see anything, at least with this dark video of the night sky on December 7th, taken by Life Flight crew members. But Life Flight pilot Joe Bewley says it was there and it was weird.
It's red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast it's moving.
You are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the UFO out there.
This is Joe communicating with air traffic control while he was piloting that Life Flight call to the North Bend, Coos Bay area. And the UFO in question, if you look closely on your screen, that little red dot that floats in and out of the video.
That was the one that was at our altitude that would come up to us and sit for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then it would go back out over the ocean, over the horizon.
He and his crew witnessed this mysterious object continue this odd behavior for more than 20 miles away for about 20 minutes total. This came after a United Airlines flight reported seeing similar mysterious objects zipping through the sky, ranging between 30,000 and 50,000 feet in altitude.
We're seeing 3 or 4 targets. You know, they're all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy.
A satellite move like that?
I reached out to the Federal Aviation Administration to see if they can confirm this UFO sighting. They kept it short and sweet, saying a pilot saw unidentified lights. The good news is it's not believed Joe or his crew were in any danger as they continued to fly down to Coos Bay and back up to their station in Aurora. But the mysterious object popped up on his traffic collision avoidance system. He says that's not something that a light reflection can do.
TCAS works off a transponder code. So for something to register, it was registering like an aircraft. So the weird thing is we were seeing it as an aircraft inside the aircraft, but ATC wasn't showing it on their radar.
Joe says he has 6,000 hours of flight experience and he's never seen anything like this.
Some New Jersey officials say the aircraft appear able to evade traditional radar and police helicopters.
They appear to actually avoid detection by traditional methods. So when our state police helicopter has gotten close, lights go off and they go away.
The mystery has many demanding answers.
But how do you know there's no threat if you don't know much about it?
What are these drones doing in New Jersey? I can tell you what they're not doing. If they're Martians, I guarantee you they're not staying because the taxes are way too high.
Both Senator Mark Kelly and General Charles Brown said this is happening here and across the country over sensitive military sites. Kelly said there is no doubt that foreign actors are behind some of these instances, which means foreign countries spying on our military operations.
But, it could be anything.
And the concern is that they're maybe getting sensitive information, gathering data, taking pictures. That sort of thing?
Well, if it is, in fact, a foreign adversary, sure. But that seems to be the first thing that has been almost ruled out here. And we've heard that both from the Pentagon and the White House, that they don't see any indication that this is the work of a foreign adversary. And, initially there was talk about Iran and China, and this is really being batted away by folks at the White House and the Pentagon.